Welcome back to Johnny Custom Glocks Front Sight Press.
Is that Nyland calling?
No, it's the worst. Hold on. Hey, I'm live right now. Can I call you after the show? How'd you do today? All right. Love you, bud. Sorry. Larissa is on a competition, one of those TV shows. What is up with that? Did he have to go to the bathroom or something? On the phone. So, welcome back to Johnny Custom Glocks Front Side Press, where we do take phone calls and step out and go to the bathroom and put substitutes.
No, it's Star Wars Saturday, so Grogu's hosting.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There, it sounds good. Like, I can get one of those.
Sean's on.
So, today is the first Tuesday of the month.
It is.
So, we have Cindy and the Creeper with us today.
Hey.
Hi. So like and share, and comment if you share so that we know you did, because sometimes it doesn't come up, so we can put your name on the wheel of happiness, the wheel of joy, right? So you can win something from Smoke Shoot 3D, who we'll talk about in 2 seconds, all right? So, and don't forget to go over to YouTube with Musings with MGL, all right? Subscribe if for some reason you haven't subscribed already. All right. Also, we are on Rumble now. Are we live on Rumble right now?
Awesome.
All right. Well,
Sean says, did I win?
Most likely.
Streamlabs.
So, get your beverage of choice. We're going to be doing a toast. Right now, we're going to thank our sponsors. So, our king sponsor, Johnny Custom Glocks, because life is too short to have a Glock trigger that sucks. So, get yourself a Johnny Custom Glock trigger for your G-Lock, all right, so that you can make it more towards the perfection they think they already have. All right, so fix the shitty-ass trigger in a Glock. Put a JCG in it. All right, he got a new trigger out, the 4311. All right, it's huge. Like, you can't keep them in stock. You know, I don't even have one in my gun yet. That's how.
What the hell?
We have no
professionalism. Let's have some professionalism around here, and not just do weird things in front of the camera for no reason. Come on now.
Baby Yoda's talking about that, but I can't hear you because I'm on the phone, and we got Veritatas right next to me. So follow him on all his social medias. All right, he's always letting you know what he's doing to the triggers, doing to the gun. So
you fucking know
check it out. If you got a G-Lock, that's where you should be. Yep. Who's yelling?
Well, and I can tell you one thing: stormtroopers don't have Glock triggers in their laser rifles. That's why they can't hit shit.
We got a lecture about how stormtroopers are actually accurate, and I'm like, I don't know what movies you're watching. Whatever. Right? I know. My favorite part is this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they have an entire joke in The Mandalorian of them making fun of the fact that they can't freaking shoot nothing. So even the people in Star Wars know that it's like a meme.
That's right. Just saying. But if you come Saturday, you don't have to worry about shooting like a stormtrooper, because we are going to break down front sight press, right? And we're going to expand how much we talk about it and get everybody that shows up dialed in. So now, also, right, Sean Hilton with smokeshow3d.com. All right, so go to smokeshow3d.com for the Smoke Show 3D stuff. And don't forget to put in FSP and get your 10% discount. Everybody should be getting, do we have one up here?
Oh, I took them all down. Nope, maybe over here.
All right. Get yourself, one of these Glock Armor's blocks, because I was using it today. I gave Scotty one. Scotty Van Proyen. He got his.
Okay, good.
So we got the stands. We're gonna give away a stand. Oh, cool green one.
It's pretty.
I should do that and put the black in it. So boom. It's hard with the delay. All right, you get the point. And then
Well,
one of these.
Yeah. If stormtroopers had one of those, they'd be able to take their rifles down and be a little
That's
more
right.
accurate, probably too.
But I use it. I use those things all the time, and they're definitely worth the $25. All right, if you can't win one, because Sean wins them all the time. That's all I want to say. All right, so once again, like it, share, comment. Go over to Musings with MGL on YouTube. Find us on Rumble. Like, I would like to do a lot more on Rumble. So, because YouTube sucks. I mean, well, they suck too. All these anti-gun things suck. They suck. All right. So get your beverage of choice. This is my beverage of choice. Here it is. I'm not using my badass aluminum AR-15 mug that Julie got me for my birthday because it sweats too much up here.
We should just bring it up and sit it on the counter.
And then I can put the red dot back on it.
There you go.
All right. So, all right. So here's a toast. Well, let me get my glass so I can actually see it. Oh, there it is. So here's the toast. All right. This goes out to the Tuesday Veritatas girls that go out for lunch after every Tuesday. All right. So 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 2 margaritas do.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! That doesn't taste the same.
Out of what?
Name from
Oh,
what?
'cause it's ginger ale. Right?
No, that's actually tonic.
That's
Maybe
tonic.
it's got a little extra.
Yeah, I think it's got like
got a little heavy on it.
Oh, another thing I don't want to use that AR-15 cup for is because you think you judge by like this is 8 ounces, 6 ounces, whatever, and that thing's like 30 ounces. Julie's like, well, it's I left some on top. Like I was drinking that thing last week, or whenever it was 2 weeks ago. Whatever, I was like, holy crap!
I didn't have to refill it though, did I?
What's that? No, it was
Lasted all
9 drinks in it.
Yep.
All right. So what we got today? What are we talking about today, Jeff? Wait, is Jeff what's he gonna do it from the other side of the table?
Sean wants to know how to get on the Veritatas team. Wrong gender, honey.
Maybe you misunderstood his question. Maybe that's not what it was.
That could be.
Look, he's using the force to move his chair around. Cool.
So wait, no. Since we're on the topic of Sean, I get this today. Hey, my G44, the sights are off. I'm like,
Oh.
he goes, it's not grouping. I'm like, well, how can you tell the sights are off? He goes, well, I shot it, and then my buddy shot it, and we both shot 6 inches low and 6 inches to the left. I go, so you both suck. And he's like, well, yeah, most likely.
Where's that video of Wick?
Of Wick?
You and Wick.
We got to play that one again.
We got to put that.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sean, just get with me, and you and I will get together, and we'll walk all through this. Like, it's too bad you can't come Saturday, because Saturday is exactly what you need. So the May the 4th be with you class is just straight up how to do front sight press correctly. All right? A little bit about grip, tiny bit about how stance really doesn't matter, right? But it's all about, like, is the maximum amount of information I can give you on pressing the trigger. That's what Saturday's all about, if anybody was wondering. All right. I really thought we would have.
Well, that's why there's Grogu in the chair today, because Saturday is precision shooting, so you don't shoot like a star or a stormtrooper, because Saturday is May the 4th, so it's Star Wars Day.
Gotta put up that commercial again.
Yeah, can we play the commercial again just because? Because I know Cindy and Tim haven't seen it because I don't watch the show.
Embarrassing yourself on the battlefield? Sick of shooting like a stormtrooper? Fear not. Under the guidance of our seasoned Jedi Master, Obi-Wan McGowan, you'll learn the art of marksmanship, accuracy, and tactical shooting in his May the 4th be with you training class. Whether you're defending the galaxy or just hitting the range for fun, we'll teach you the secrets to hitting your mark every time. Join us and unleash the force of precision shooting, because even in a galaxy far, far away, nobody wants to shoot like a stormtrooper.
We only have 5 people signed up so far.
Nope, they don't.
Kathy Kemp for the Mother's Day class. Good job.
Those, you still got spots
we
for
got
that?
What's that?
Still got spots for that?
Yeah. We got like 3 spots left because I want it to be a small class so I can pay more attention to everybody and stuff like that. But Sunday we have, right? Sunday we got basically, what is it? Essential Fighting Pistol, which we used to call Genesis of the Draw. So that's all about coming out of the holster and shit like that. So we got that on
Sunday. We had
Sunday.
4 people signed up, so we have room for a few more.
Yeah, we had 8 more slots for that.
Yeah.
Man, we have a lot of slots for that.
Yeah.
Like people just don't know what that class was because I didn't advertise it right. But all right,
And then
so we got a bunch.
you got
of
Mother's Day
crap going
class
right?
on the 11th, right?
What's that?
And you got Mother's Day class on the 19th?
The 19th,
Yeah.
the Sunday after Mother's Day.
Right.
So,
Right. And even if you wear a dress, you're saying you can't go as a
No,
man.
no.
But what if I identify as a mother?
What if you identify as having my foot in your ass? Like, you still can't go. But I'm
As a
already getting
mother?
the whole. Can he come with me? No,
No.
you can't.
You want co-ed? Do it on the 6th or the 2nd of June.
You know what I gotta do? Let me see
Why-
what happens if I-
Why isn't it called a birthing person class? I don't understand any of this.
We're not woke.
Cindy, you're a lawyer. Can I sue Jeff?
Absolutely. Anybody can sue anybody in Florida.
That's funny. That's what my lawyer says. He goes, you can sue anybody you want. You ain't gonna win. You're gonna pay me a bunch of money, but
That's it.
Have
That's
at
it. You may not.
oh,
Oh, how do we get over there?
that window is real time.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
The other one has got like a 3-second delay. That's why sometimes I pause and that I wanted to say
How do we get over there?
I moved it there
Ah,
so I wouldn't see the 3-second delay one.
okay.
Yeah, we're very professional. We take another phone call while we're at it.
Highly organized. Very professional.
All right, so what are we talking about? We got Cindy here.
Well, I guess, because everybody's kind of tired of talking about the protesters, I think. But what maybe we could talk about is the Americans being arrested in the Turks and Caicos over the last few months for stray ammo in their luggage.
So
it's
Tell us about it.
well,
What
so basically, there's been at least 4 in the past, I think, 3 months or so, Americans that either flew into Turks and Caicos, was on a cruise ship, and was just going into port in Turks and Caicos, but they during a security check there, they discovered rounds of ammo in their luggage, usually carry-ons, duffel bags, backpacks, whatever. And every single one of the Americans, it's always been accidental. It's been anywhere from 2 to 7 rounds. TSA missed all the ones that flew. And yeah, I know. Doesn't that give you warm fuzzies?
They got down there with it.
Yeah, they got down there with it. But, and they certainly didn't get it there because in I always say the Turks and Caicos because I feel like it's just one big blob there. But they passed a law in 2022 that they now seriously enforce. They banned all firearms, all ammunition. Nobody in the Turks and Caicos can carry firearms or have ammunition in their possession outside. They just said they can't carry it. They didn't say anything about their homes, but it's a British territory, I believe. So my guess is they have no rights anyway. But, but what happened is before they, in February, they started super enforcing the law. So before February, they were basically, if you were a tourist and accidentally had some ammunition in your bag or whatever, they would fine you, but then they would send you on your way. Okay. But in February, a court said, nope, we're not doing that anymore. And if you are caught with a gun or any ammunition, minimum 12-year sentence.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yep. They're not there. And the reason, apparently, I don't know about you guys, but I don't pay a whole lot of attention to what's going on in the Caribbean. Unless I was planning to go vacation someplace. But as most people know,
I don't care about the
Haiti,
Caribbean.
yeah, well, yeah, me neither. It's like, whatever. But Haiti is pretty much
On
a
fire.
war zone. Yeah, it's on fire. It's a war zone, and it's all these gang, the cartels and a whole bunch of bad people with guns.
It's what one might refer to as maybe a shithole country.
Yeah, that would be one of them. Yeah.
As long as one's not the president of the United States.
Yes. Yeah. You can't say that to be the president, but a certain president. But anyway, so Haiti has turned into a war zone. And in the last couple years, there's been a lot of long guns into many of these Caribbean countries. Or Caribbean, I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyway, so they all blame Miami.
No, it is Caribbean.
Is it
Anybody who
Caribbean?
pronounces it Caribbean is wrong.
Okay, Caribbean.
Caribbean.
They, the ATF and all these other countries blame the U.S. for these guns. They say they're all coming from Miami. It's possible. But
I'm sure
anyway,
that comes from this.
yeah. So anyway, they're really all cracking down on, they all have laws, anti-gun, anti-ammunition laws, and the Turks and the Caicos are head and shoulders right now above the rest because of this mandatory minimum 12-year prison sentence. And apparently now I've never seen the law. Like I've looked at several articles trying to find out what the law actually says there. Because as Jeff will tell you, our laws, some of them you have to show intent, okay, in order to be convicted of violating that law. Others you don't. It's just if you have it on your person, doesn't matter why, you're guilty, okay? And it sounds like in the Turks and Caicos, there is no intent needed. Which kind of goes against the whole purpose of the law. The purpose of the law is to prevent gun running into their country. So that would imply intent. Somebody's purposefully bringing guns and ammunition into the country for the intent to distribute it. But from everything I'm hearing, it doesn't sound like they have that intent wording in their law. So anyway, don't know what's going to happen with that. But like I said, right now there are 4 men, they're all men, Americans that have been arrested One has already spent 6 months in jail. The newest guy. Well, the newest guy was a young Virginia guy. And then there was a guy from, I think, Oklahoma. Him and his wife got arrested. He and his wife got arrested. They let her go back home because they have toddlers back home. So they let her go home. He had to post bail to get out of jail. But now he has to stay on the island and report back to the judge every 2 weeks until his June 7th hearing. So just think how much that costs. For somebody, I mean, the guy's stranded in the Caribbean. So anyway, it's just kind of weird, and it's so weird because it's kind of a good time to reiterate, not every country is like America. And a lot
There's
of
places in
these,
America where you'd be stuck in jail for bringing ammunition
yeah,
to the city as well. So it's not just that it's the Caribbean.
no, but what I'm saying is we have due process. We have a certain amount of due process. Now, if this is a British territory, and I believe it is, then they do have due process. That's where we got ours from. But I don't think these countries it's different. It's just different. But it's like anything. When you go into a foreign country, you've got to know the laws ahead of time. There was a big thing in the news just a few months ago about a young guy on a cruise ship pulled into port in one of these Caribbean islands and was promptly escorted back to the ship by the island's police because he was wearing camouflage shorts. Camouflage is not allowed on the island. They don't allow it. Yeah.
That's their rule.
So
That's
Cody
their rule.
John says, if we got Brittany Grinder out for carrying illegal drugs to Russia,
Well, yeah, but they're not NBA.
Make sure that people get out as well.
But they're not lesbian NBA basketball players. Nobody cares about them. A white guy
Who hate America.
from Kentucky who was coming back from a hunting trip. Do you think he's voting for Biden? Do you think he's a constituency that anybody of those people care about? No, I don't think so.
These are all middle-class white guys, and our administration's not going to do anything.
Well, and it's not necessarily their job to anyway. Again, they should have intervened in the other one regardless. But even more so than learning the laws of where you went, it's not like these people were like, oh, I'm going to bring ammunition to the country there because I don't know what the country's laws are. They just, once again, quote, forgot or whatever that they had ammunition in their luggage. The one guy took this same set of luggage on a hunting trip and then unpacked it and packed it to go to Turks and Caicos. I've said it 1,000 times. You need to have luggage for your firearm stuff, and you need to have non-firearm luggage because at least once a month, I get a case with somebody who walked through Sarasota Airport or Tampa Airport or Orlando Airport or the courthouse, and they have a gun in their bag, and they just forgot. It was the bag I took last time I flown, or I just grabbed my wife's bag or my husband's bag. I didn't know. I thought I was just going to do this. It's not so much about not knowing the law. It's just you have to be careful to make sure that you aren't bringing guns and ammunition to places you're not supposed to be bringing guns and ammunition to. And the easiest way to do that is have separate luggage, bags, briefcase, courtroom bags, whatever. The two shall never meet. And that may sound stupid. Why should I have to keep 2 extra bags, 2 sets of luggage? Fine, do all that all you want. But then you better make sure you go through every single piece of luggage before you ever travel anywhere, especially if you do make it a habit of putting your guns and ammunition in your luggage when you travel. You're just gonna get popped for it because you're not paying attention. And remember, just a couple of months ago, we were talking about how Kyle Busch, a NASCAR driver, did that. He flew a private plane down to Mexico or whatever. They didn't check his plane when he left because they don't check private planes. But then when he got down there and had to go through their customs to come back, they found his guns and they let him go home with has to come back for court though. But he's looking at like 10 years because he brought stuff to other countries. So people just got to stop being lax with their firearms and their ammunitions. It's bad enough if you're traveling around the country and you got to go to New York or New Jersey or get on a regular American plane and bring that stuff in your luggage. You could run into problems just doing that, but certainly if you're going to go to another country, because then you're going to be fucked because you're going to be stuck there.
Yeah. Yep. No, absolutely. And every single one of them said, I looked in my bag. I didn't see it. But you're right. If they had kept separate luggage, it never would have happened. But I feel bad for these people.
Well, we'll see what happens. Like I said, it is a 12-year min-man, but the last guy only I guess only is better when you look at 12 years, but they only gave him 6 months. So I don't think that I think they are taking into account things like intent or things that they're Americans and, things of those nature. So, they're not going to get off scot-free, obviously, but 6 months is better than 12 years.
Yeah.
But that being said, they do have some due process down there. It isn't like Russia or India or something where they'll just lock you up. He is out on bail. He's got to check in a couple times a week with law enforcement. You have to do that here. If you get released on supervised release, you got to check in with probation once a week or call in twice. So it sounds a lot like they would do something here. First time, no problem, let you out on bail and go. They just don't want him fleeing the country because they don't want to go through the hassle trying to make him come back. So my guess is they'll probably give him a deal too. He's already admitted it. He's said numerous interviews that it was a mistake. So it's not like he's got a defense. But they don't have an intent element. It's a strict possession. And it's not even really a law. It's weird because from my reading and the understanding, it was a judicial order that came out like 2 years ago that said this is what we're going to sentence people to now with ammunition and firearms. Like obviously here it has to be the legislature that passes a law, gets signed in by the executive, and all the court does is throw you in jail if you're found guilty. But this was a judge-issued rule where like some judge or the chief judge or somebody in the country just said, well, now we're going to send everybody to 12 years on these, and now they became a min-man. So they just have a different parliamentary procedure over there or some sort of different way that they do it. But yeah, just the moral of the story is be careful when you travel with guns and stuff and ammo, or don't travel with them.
Sean Hilton says, before going to Jamaica, I made sure to run my backpack through the washing machine a few times. Then on the way back, I got flagged for extra inspections.
It's like this. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Like, I got popped. Like, I was going on a freaking bodyguard gig, and I was with my partner and a client, and I was the last one to go through, and they took my backpack. And I'm standing there. I remember standing there, and the guy's got a picture of it on this screen, right? And he's looking, and I go, is it the flashlight? And he goes, no, I think it's the bullet. And I'm like, but it took them 20 minutes to find out where it was in my backpack. So it was stuck someplace. So when I shook the bag out,
Didn't come out.
Yeah, so now I promise you, I put my hands in all the pockets and feel around. But basically, what I got to do is I got to get a different backpack.
I like that
Jeff
idea.
says.
Separate travel stuff.
Yeah, it just makes it so much easier.
Yeah, buy new.
Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah. So, what was the link you wanted to talk about, Jeff?
Well, the other one I sent that one, and then I sent a second one about Florida and dealers.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Did you get that one, Cindy?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
That's
what's going on with that?
well, not much yet.
Right.
But basically, they're suing the Biden administration, the ATF, and what is it, Department of Justice, because of this. Again, they passed this new rule. Did they? They actually did pass a rule, didn't they? This isn't a reinterpretation. I think they passed a rule, and they're expanding the requirements of who needs an FFL, who the ATF deems should be a licensed dealer. Before it was pretty pretty cut and dry. Basically, if you're buying and selling guns for the purpose of making a profit, you're a dealer. Okay, you need a federal firearms license. Well, now they've kind of broadened it, and it doesn't have to be your primary business. If you predominantly make a profit, meaning sometimes you lose money, you could still be a dealer.
Not a very good one.
Even if you sold one gun, there's no it's not multiple guns. Like if they think you bought a gun and then sold it for the purpose of making a profit, you are now a dealer and should have an FFL.
Wow.
So Florida is suing the government, basically saying they overstepped, that the ATF does not have the authority to do this, that they're broadening it beyond the scope of the original rule. And what they're essentially trying to do is pass Biden's universal background check legislation under the table. So that's what Florida's saying. Well, it's kind of like doing things by executive order. Instead of having our legislature actually make laws, we have agencies making laws now, which they always have. The agencies have always made laws, but
rules.
Anyway, that make rules, but you and I both know they carry the force of law.
Right. Correct.
So, anyway, so that's what's going on with that. And Florida basically wants the judge to overturn the law. But they said, hey, if you don't do that, at least put a permanent, what did they call that, Jeff? A permanent injunction on it. Yeah.
Right.
Put a permanent injunction on it so we don't have to enforce it in Florida. So we'll see what happens with that.
So
now that was the Attorney General's office that came out of?
Yeah, that was Ashley Moody. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Jeff, I want you to send him the link for that article. And Cody Johns is going to be flying firearms soon for the first time. Any suggestions for personal experiences from us to share with him?
Yeah, like don't have ammo in your backpack or the gun when you go through security.
Carry on, not in your carry-on.
And don't friggin' look like, you're carrying explosives when you're standing in line getting ready to check it, like standing there like
looking around.
Like it happens all day long. Make sure it's in a good case. All right. Don't give me a call tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's rules. 5 minutes of Googling, you can go to the TSA website and they have all the procedures for that. They tell you what type of lock boxes you need to buy, how to travel with them, how to check them in. There are every airline. If you go to every airline website, they'll have rules and procedures if you want to travel or transport your firearms through them. Obviously, you can just never carry it on your person. It's got to be in your packed luggage or packed in the, underbelly of the plane or whatever. So you just got to go through the check-in luggage. But they have cases specifically designed for those. Most of the airports that sell luggage even have specially designed cases for those. So it's pretty easy to figure out if you call Mike for sure, like he was just talking about. But also most of that information is available on the government websites and the individual airline websites.
And you can still have a ticket agent who will give you a hard time. Like we flew with 13 guns, and the lady said you could only have 3 or some baloney like that.
She tells us we can only have 3. I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah.
She goes, yes, it is. I go, did they start that today? She's like, no, it's always been like that. I go like this. I go, how did I get the guns here? Like, we're on our way back. How did we get them here?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I'm going to look it up. I'm like, go right ahead.
There you are.
All right, I apologize. I thought it's
Yeah.
The airlines have gotten really bad.
Well, I had a guy that had a proper case and went in and they told him he couldn't fly because it was the wrong kind of case, and he had to take it out to his car and leave it. And he called me, and we went over the rules. We're like, nope, it was the correct type of case. They just gave him the wrong legal advice and told him he couldn't take it. And of course, he doesn't want to get in a fight in the middle of the airport. He doesn't want to miss his flight or whatever. So he just basically went out and put it back in his car and left it there. But they gave him the wrong advice too. So yeah, it's like anything else. You're dealing with the ticket counter people, TSA agents. None of them really know what the law is.
Do you need a refill?
No.
No, I still got some.
Okay.
Thanks.
And they really freak
So-
out about guns.
It's not it's just incompetence a lot of times with these people. So I'm going to give you a story that's not about guns, but it's about airline stupidity. So my niece is getting married this weekend, and we have to fly up to Rhode Island for that. But anyway, she lives in Colorado. My sister, I am going to drop names. My sister bought tickets for her and her new husband, who is active duty military. Thank you very much. My sister bought an extra seat for the wedding dress, okay, and his military uniform. Back in the old days, apparently, there was a place on a plane where the stewardesses, back when they were called stewardesses, sat, and you could hang things like that there, okay? Well, when Julie called the airline, they found out that doesn't exist anymore, and they said you have to buy a seat for the dress. So my sister bought a seat for this dress. My niece goes to do something, to check in or something, and they had gotten rid of the seat. Southwest had resold the seat. They said they thought it was a mistake because there was nobody sitting in it. And anyway, long story short, they went back and forth with all these idiots at Southwest, because then they're like, oh no, you can't buy a seat for a dress. You're going to love this. You can only buy a seat for an object. And
All right, so
yeah,
Such as
and they're
a
like,
dress.
what is the dress?
like an instrument, like a tuba. And Matt, the new bride
Your
husband to
golf
be,
clubs.
yeah, well, golf. I don't know if you can bring golf clubs,
Right.
but
I don't know.
anyway, so they went back and forth on this, and they insisted that she could not buy a seat for her dress. Now, long story short, it all got worked out. She brought her dress, the uniform, everything went fine. But here's the kicker. I told my sister, I go, you know what? Haley should have just said to them, hey, I feel really fat today, because Southwest has a policy that if you get up to the gate and you are obese, that Haley is not, but what I'm saying is that they have
You
a
can
policy
identify
now.
as obese.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. If you're just feeling obese, and you get up to the gate, you can request an extra 1 or 2 seats for free. I said,
Really?
seriously,
Oh.
that is a Southwest policy.
For free?
My hip
They don't even
been
make you
getting a
buy
little
the
wide.
seat?
No, it's because fat people have been discriminated against.
Well, that's true. But then they should buy an extra seat.
I agree. Totally. I have no problem. And my thought is Southwest shouldn't care why that seat was purchased. If you
Right.
bought the seat,
Right.
if you
Same
want
money.
to leave it empty, who cares?
Right. If you
You
just
know?
didn't want a fat person sitting on the left side of you and the right side of you and you're squeezed in the middle, which always happens every time most people fly, you could buy all 3 seats and be like, I got this entire row. What do they care? It's the same money.
Exactly. I know. So I'm like, but anyway, it all worked out, but it's just so stupid. So apparently a wedding dress is not an object. I'm not sure what it is.
Like when we had the kids play the Christmas party, the cello, the heavy metal cello kids, right? They would get hired by a casino in Vegas, and they would have concerts, like outdoor concerts and stuff like that. And the casino would fly them first class and buy 2 extra seats for their cellos to fly, so the cellos didn't have to be unpressurized under the
Right.
plane.
Yeah.
Sean says, on a side note, for all 20 people on here, what kind of stuff do you guys want to see for giveaways from him other than blocks and stands? So if you
Oh,
can
we
let
still
us
want the
know
blocks.
what you want. Oh, definitely love those things.
But we should get something different. I don't know. We'll figure like I don't know.
What else?
Can
Any
you make me
ideas?
night vision goggles? Like I don't know.
Ooh, I'd like them. Charles Worley's on.
Is
David
he?
Schultz is on.
Wow.
Kat's on. She said, when I've taken my handgun on airlines, I have to correct the carrier. I have the correct carrier and lock, separate ammo and gun. I've lucked out and been very smooth. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we fly with our guns all the time.
You do it the right way. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean, you'll find the idiot every now and then who doesn't know what they're doing, but theoretically, you should be fine.
Had TSA called on me, so I was standing there, and the TSA said, "Well, hold on 1 second." And then, like 3 minutes later, here comes a TSA guy, and he looks at her, and she goes like that, and he goes, "What?" She's like, "All the guns," and he goes, "How do you think they get them home from the gun show?" Right, and then he just walks off. There you go. I've had them steal my ammo. I was bringing home some 8mm Mauser to my buddy, and they called me at the gate and told me they were going to take it because it wasn't in factory boxes. I go, it's World War II surplus. I called Hitler. He said he didn't have any extra boxes laying around. This is to show you what idiots these people are sometimes, all right? So it's 8mm Mausers on these like stripper clips. So they're already held in place, right? They were wrapped in bandanas individually, put in Ziploc bags, zipped, wrapped in towels, and stuffed into an ammo can that was sealed. And I said, what is the problem? He says, well, it could get loose and roll around. And I said, how is that going to fucking happen? Which wasn't the answer. So I figured out that the conversation was going downhill from there. So then I just started yelling at him, saying, like, you're just stealing my ammo. That's all you're doing. You're ripping me off $200 worth of Mauser ammo. Blah, 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 like that. And they go, do you know there's going to be a red flag? I go, you guys fucking search me every time anyways. I haven't been searched since.
Wow.
Since they red flagged me or whatever.
Corey Arndt says, I know what you're talking about, Mike. I have that type of rifle.
You know, you got a lot of factory boxes, I'm assuming.
I was going to say, does he have the original boxes for his ammunition?
Oh, boy.
They're just,
I don't know.
it's just petty bullshit. Like, anybody with half a brain, like, I would like to know how they actually got into the ammo. Because it wasn't easy, right? Then decide that it was going to roll around the plane.
Snakes in a plane. So from Frontside Press, ideas from the Master Control: pins, keychains, phone stands, earbud cases, cricket rolls. That'd be cool.
There you go.
Stuff. Yeah,
Nice job.
good idea.
FSP what?
Combs.
Combs?
Oh, you could really use one of those.
A little one.
You could really use one of those, Mike.
Especially after I dye it and get it shaped into a point again.
You have to specify beard comb. Goatee
So
comb.
Sean has chains ready to go.
All right, there we go.
We need some for the Ladies' Day.
Oh, yeah, we should talk to him about that. Sean, call me tomorrow.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to give you a free lesson anyways. I'm going to make it sound like I need to barter something with you. I'll tell you what. So, anybody watch, like, just these protesters getting manhandled when they try to do it at the wrong schools? I just enjoy it so much. Or the ones that think that the government should bring them food.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was my favorite.
No. It's not food. It's humanitarian aid.
Yeah.
Oh, humanitarian aid.
Did you hear that one lady? She said that,
Yeah.
that they locked themselves in there. She's like, that's basic humanitarian aid they need to bring us. It's like, humanitarian aid? There's fucking vending machines inside the building.
Water and Uber Eats.
Right.
But
Right. Nobody's drop kicking Uber Eats. Yeah.
He said that because the students that paid for the meal plan at the school, it was the school's responsibility to feed them. Now, that woman is actually a professor that had been fired. Yeah.
Yay.
There you go.
Yay.
They can walk across the quad and get their freaking food. Well, that was the same people. You see them trying to put the pizza box in the basket? So they barricaded the bottom. They barricaded the bottom floor, so the cops and stuff couldn't get in. So they were all camped out on the second floor. So they had a freaking rope going out the window with like a milk crate in it, and they were lowering it down, and people putting supplies in it, and they were bringing it up so they could eat. And so they lowered it down, and this freaking lady wearing a turban, whatever, had like an extra large pizza box and was trying to get it to fit inside the milk crate. And it was like 5 minutes of video of her trying to figure out why large square won't fit into small square to go up the second floor. These fucking people are students at Columbia.
Yeah.
Right.
And they don't know square doesn't go in smaller square. So no, it was like 5 minutes video, and then they finally just gave up. They didn't get their pizza.
Well, how much is that education worth?
$90,000 or something is what it costs to go to Columbia.
It's crazy.
And Biden pay off their student loans.
Yeah.
Right. And these are the people that they want to forgive, quote, the student loans for.
Right. That guy, so when they arrested, what was it, a whole bunch of protesters the other night, one of the guys, and a lot of them aren't even from these schools, but one of the guys, 39 years old, and he had a gun on him. He had a gun in his waistband. And he's bonded. I mean, he was bailed out. So he's still walking free. And I'm like, I thought these people were supposed to be anti-gun and we need more gun laws, but then they take this guy who was at peaceful protest with a gun and just let him walk.
It's just us evil people shouldn't have guns.
Right. I've said it before. They're not anti-gun. They're anti-you having a gun. They're anti-private citizen gun ownership and the right private citizens. It's like that Civil War meme. What kind of American are you? That makes a difference in what laws they want to enforce on you or what laws they don't want to enforce on you. And the thing is, we'll bring it back to the legal argument a little bit since it's the lawyer episode this week, but everybody can protest on campus. It's like anything else. You have a right to go on campus and protest. Everybody's got a First Amendment right to do that. Nobody cares about that. You don't have a right, obviously, to commandeer buildings. You don't have the right to break windows. You don't have a right to prevent certain minority students, such as Jewish students, from going to their class. You can't harass them, spit on them, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, everybody says it, but I'll say it again, too. If a bunch of white supremacists wearing Klan outfits showed up on campus and started telling the black students they couldn't go to class and standing in front of them and chanting death to black people, let's get rid of Africa from this ocean to that ocean, whatever, they'd be on campus for about 30 seconds because Joe Biden would send the National Guard down there to tase and spray and arrest everybody and haul them out of there. But you're not on the hierarchy of victimhood, and so Jews are considered to be white, so they get lumped in with you could do whatever you want to white people, and that's why they're allowed to keep doing that stuff. And the last thing I'll say on it is, to me, I'm okay with it, and here's why. As I always say about elections, when all these people in New York and San Francisco elect all these left-wing politicians and they sit around and bitch about how the crime is going on and people are stealing their cars and there's shit all over the street, well, guess what? Yeah, you get the government that you vote for, and you get it hard. Academia has been creating these students over the past several decades. Like, this is who they want. This is what they've been teaching. Yep. These are the people that they want coming out of their university. So I'm fine with these people taking over the quad, screaming, breaking their shit, demanding to get food, because they get what they deserve. They foster these people. They created them. And if you're not one of these people, if you're a Jewish student, go to Columbia, take your fucking money and go somewhere else, because they obviously don't want you there. So put your money at University of Florida, even though I hate the Gators. But they said, we don't put up with that shit at University of Florida. Get the fuck off our campus. So take your money and go to a place like that. Why would you give your money to a school who clearly doesn't want you there? So take your money and go somewhere else. Let these pieces of shits destroy these schools because these are the people that the schools want to go there. And just like San Francisco and New York, let it fucking burn. Deal with your own consequences. I don't give a shit. Columbia can be taken over by all of them. It's fine with me.
I think we're all in this. I think we all agree.
Yeah. Now, I don't want my tax dollars paying for their fucking tuition, but that's a whole separate argument. That's the only problem that bugs me is why am I paying or forgiving any of that shit?
Right. Well, I don't fucking understand that. Like, I didn't sign up for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, you're the one that's getting a useless fucking education. Why do I got to pay for it?
Shouldn't have to.
So where are we on time?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? The KKK can show up on campus and have a rally. It's perfectly legal. They can stand in the time, place, and manner spot and protest all they want. They're scumbags and pieces of shit, but they're allowed to do it just like everybody else is. And these people can do it as well. If they want to go there and fly their pro-terrorist flags and chant, they're legally allowed to do it. I don't have to like it, but that's what the First Amendment is. But they're not allowed to violate school policy. And if the policy talks about, anti-Semitism or hate speech or whatever, then they're violating the school's policy. And they don't have the right to prevent students from going to school or breaking windows or taking over property. So it's like any other protest. I mean, nobody cares about peaceful protest. Everybody's down with that. But you start blocking cars on roads, taking over buildings and threatening people, it's no longer protest anymore. So legally, they should be taking the shit out of there. But Columbia gets what they deserve.
Who's paying for all those tents that are identical? Who's paying for all that plywood they're putting on? Who's paying for all that crap?
Right.
Anyway, we're almost out of time. You want to run, spin the wheel?
George Soros' grandson.
Yeah, I'm sure he's behind it. Yeah.
Like your tax dollars behind it.
Right. George Soros.
Paying for my loans.
Who's Jewish?
Here we go.
So go fucking figure. Claims.
Spin the wheel for the stand.
Spin the wheel.
Can I have your pen, please?
Yep.
All right, Tom.
All right, get ready. It's going to be Sean Hilton, and we're going to spin it again.
Oh, Frankie
Frank
Black.
Blatt.
I thought he already won one too.
No, he's got to know.
We will get some more stuff on. We do need to get some more stuff on there. I've got a box of stuff I'm going to start giving away, and then, if Sean wants to start making other stuff, that's fine with us, obviously.
All right, spin it. It's for the block.
We'll get some Verti.
And Carrie was always making those nice bracelets too.
Yeah, we had cases, bracelets, we had a bunch of other stuff back in the day. Holsters. Hey, Matt Hughes, nice job. We lost our holster guy. We lost our Pelican guy. Lost our bracelet girl. But we got Sean.
All right. So once again, I want to thank everybody, for watching the show. Thank Johnny Custom Glocks and Sean at Smoke Show 3D. Want to thank Cindy and the Creeper, all right, for being on the first Tuesday of the month every month. All right. Tim, I'll give you a call, and I got a month to get this done before my fingerprints expire. So had to get
You got to
7
thank Grogu?
pairs. Oh, and thanks for Baby Yoda. You looking
Grogu.
good, man. Looking good. The
That's
hat
a
looks
real
good
name.
Oh,
Saturday.
Frank
May the
says, "What
4th be with you."
does not have a block.
All right, hey, can we spin the wheel one more time for the stand? Was it for the stand? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the stand.
Oh, yeah, the stand. Okay.
All right. Then we'll try to get you something else, Frank. What's that? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I thought he had won before. I remember him winning just a few weeks ago.
John Hilton.
He's got skunk so far tonight.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Did it.
You jinxed it.
John, I'll mail this stand out to you.
Just make one up and keep it for yourself.
There you go.
All
now you have
right.
a stand.
Yeah.
Right here. You can take this one with you.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. All right.
Are
so
there
once
still
again,
spots
thanks
left for Saturday?
Yeah, we still have spots. We got 3 spots left.
Yep.
All right. May the 4th,
Mastering the
Saturday.
friggin' class.
Contact Julie or Mike. I'll be there. You want to see some
Yep.
precision shooting? Don't look at me.
And then
Maybe
Sunday
I'll-
we still got room. We got lots of room for the Genesis of the Draw class.
Genesis
all
of the Draw.
post-work type. All right. But just give us a call, give us a text, give us a message if you want to get in. So I want to thank everybody. Thank you, Kerry, for always doing a great job for us. All right, here we go. Peace out. Play music.
Bye.